Hey there, it's Enderverse. The best 1.1 mods are here. I love that version. It's fast and convenient. If you love it too, then you may want to subscribe and turn on the bell. I get you abroad and you get notifications on the latest releases each and every month. Win-win. Now let's dive into the video. First, we have It's Alive, a mod about enlivening and enhancing the terrain generation of the deep dark biome. The mod added new blocks, a number of which can be excellent for building, but there are also useful blocks like the scorch tendrils, which will help you create wool, deafening your footsteps and avoiding the disruption of these sensors. This mod is surely a name-fulfilling project, as it made this biome less void and more vibrant. It's sad the mod hasn't updated for 8 months, but it did make it past 1.1, making it useful nonetheless. After that, we have iron spells and spellbooks, particularly the update that added the new boss. This time, the boss fight takes place in the Nether, over at the cathedral. As you reach the cathedral, the guards won't let you get to the arena without a scratch. Though they can be exhausting to kill, the fight is worth it, as the knights will drop a key that is necessary to unlock all sorts of magical items from the vault. Some will help you craft the pyram stuff, useful for melee attacks as well as spell casting. The items they drop are also necessary to craft the summoning artifact for the boss. Echo of Tyrus, the Flame Bearer, has what I would call the most badass entrance in modern history. The animations, atmosphere, and even the music are all flaming. The boss has a whopping 1000 HP, a bunch of knights surrounding him, and a barrage of magical spells that are overwhelming and cut deep. So, it would be wise to take your time in preparing for this monster. During the fight, the boss will upgrade and undergo different phases, each one sharper than the last, so don't expect the fight to be linear. The tides can switch any moment. Upon death, the fire boss may or may not drop his scythe, which you must upgrade to make it work. I've had my fair share of showcasing this mod, but I'm always open to revisit mods if the update is big enough, and this one definitely fit the criteria. Particle effects will redesign this part of the game, giving effects in Minecraft a new VFX, one that is cohesive and indicative of the effect. The vanilla effects only change the color potion to potion, which can be boring and vague, so this mod is viable, providing more clarity and an aesthetic visual to the game. Also, this is a client-sided mod, so having it installed, you can join any public server with no issues at all. Though, be careful about Hypixel. I'm not 100% sure that it is allowed there. Sometimes some people can have effects that you should not know, like strength or regeneration or whatever. So when it comes to Hypixel, use it at your own risk, my friend. This next section contains a resource pack, not a mod, but you know what it means. It means that it is so good that it can't be ignored. Detailed Animations Pack recently received a tester edition featuring a few things that will be available on the next big update. For starter, existing animations have been revamped, made to be more fluid and immersive. Things like climbing a ladder, walking, running, jumping, and many tiny movements that have been reworked completely. The author even covered more movements like swimming, shooting a bow, mining in the caves, and even crawling, which is my personal favorite change here. And now to the most notable changelog here, the hand animations. Simok has designed it so that the animations would be seen on the first person perspective too, which is awesome. In the past, I made the mistake of assuming that this pack was inspired by actions and stuff. In reality, it was released way before that pack, so I wanted to clear this misunderstanding real quick. Also, this is just a tester edition, so expect the full version to be much better. IllagerBlabber is an audio mod that will revamp the Illager's noises in Minecraft, giving them actual voice lines that you can understand. Well, for the most part. The voice lines are developed so cleverly that it would only happen under certain circumstances. Some will activate passively, others mid-battle, some after killing an entity, etc.
I shall have to reschedule my 4 o'clock summoning ritual.
AI was involved here, but not in the way you would think. The author himself has voiced these lines, but it was AI that changed it and make it sound like the Illagers. I would check this approach over text-to-speech any day of the week. The author also coded it so that the Illagers shut it for a while before speaking when there are more mobs of the same kind around. This has prevented any audio collision or spam. Me and the author worked on a trailer. It's out if you'd like to watch it. I'm sure you'll like it, as it is fun and will also reveal most of the exciting voice lines amongst the 300 available right now. This next mod will add a slight fresh animation to when you select or use any item on your inventory. Tiny visuals like those can go a long way in increasing satisfaction around the day-to-day activities, like building and gathering materials. This next mod is useful for combat-based mod packs, as it shows you how much damage you've dealt. The special about this mod in particular is the smooth animations it gave to the damage indicator. It's a beautiful mix of simple but entertaining. You can configure the color, even the animations of the damage indicator. Smooth animations are like grated cheese. They make everything taste better. So, go for it, my friend. This next mod offers a fresh approach to inter-regional and interdimensional travel, requiring you to put together a storage unit in the form of a card or a station, which will store the region's data, in addition to some devices that will compute said data. Together they summon time doors, a mini portal that can be opened anywhere and will lead to the location you choose. The best device to open time doors is the Tempad. The whole mod is named after it. This device will allow you to quickly open a portal on the fly by right-clicking. The time doors are compatible with other mods, so it will be a considerable transportation project to add to your RPG mod pack. Finally, I will talk about the Time Twister, an item that is just as important, allowing you to record your timeline on the world, thus going back and correcting any mistakes you made in the past, like falling in lava or dropping out of school to be a modding YouTuber. The Tempad is an awesome mod. I appreciate the technological twist to world travel. Also, go and watch Sir Color's full showcase of it. It contains a much more detailed and insightful summary of the mod. Resonance is a gratifying audio mod that will add ambient sounds that diversify biome to biome, weather to weather, and are music to one's ears. A unique feature within the mod is that when the ambient sounds are too high, maybe it is a thunderstorm or something, the mod will dull the activity sounds, making them much less audible and thus being more realistic. The sound transition going from one area to another is almost seamless. Sometimes the audio can cut off entirely before changing to the next one, but honestly I can't think of a better way to do it. The amount of sounds here is quite slim in comparison to other prominent sound mods, but I really love them. Just tune them down a bit and you will have a very fun and immersive audio experience. Besides, the mod is a month old, so we can expect more and more extra sounds to be added. The Submarine is a stainless steel machine that you can assemble to this mod. It is fast, safe, and even gives you night vision effects so that you can see your way through deep dark oceans. As mentioned earlier, the Submarine is safe. It is highly protective over any type of creatures, even those that launch projectiles like the drowned with the trident. This isn't, however, the case for strong mobs from other mods, like, for example, the aquatic brutes from Alex's Caves. Speaking of which, the mod also featured the Submarine, but I honestly prefer this Submarine instead. And it is for the following reason: there is nothing but the Submarine within the mod, ridding you of having to welcome a lot of content you probably didn't want. This mod is fabulous, and it is one of the few projects where the Submarine moved fluently without stuttering, on par with said Alex's Cave Submarine, and will also work on 1.21.1. Enderscape is a mod about overhauling the End Dimension. We've got a lot of options like that available, but let me explain why Enderscape isn't a mod you want to overlook. This mod has added a lot of new biomes to the end, especially here where the magnificent aesthetic visuals painting each biome. The author have designed each biome to be a unique amalgamation of custom new blocks, plants, and even mobs with fluid animations and unusual upbringings, being exclusive to this mod only. There are also new weapons to use that have special properties. This isn't some new immersion mod. The Enderscape has been around for well over 40 years, has been stagnant for 2 years, and is finally back and kicking today. So it's a big deal, my friend. PC Killer is a mod that will add one single visual effect, that being a highly realistic flame effect. As you can see, the name is self-explanatory. I'm running on very low frame rates, below even 20. But this mod was only meant to be observed, and these flames aren't vanilla fire. They are craftable very expensively. Just like path tracing shaders, this mod is worth checking out, even if it's obviously not suitable for day-to-day gameplay. And who knows, maybe sometime in the future, this flame effect becomes so optimized that it can run on almost all GPUs. Climate Rivers is a mod concerned with the world generation, widening and enhancing the formation of rivers in Minecraft. Each river will now have special attributes depending on the biome. They will be more realistic and less inconsistent, with desert rivers in particular having no grass blocks. This mod can be paired with awesome vanilla-friendly watching mods. The most stable combination is with the Geophilic mod. Another mod that has to do with the animations is Smooth UI, once again refreshing the visuals of the inventory, this time having to do with scrolling the hotbar, pulling up GUIs and opening game menus. This list of mods is by far the most dense in terms of fresh animation mods, and just a tiny spoiler for you my friend, there will be one last and best animation mod at the very end. Last year I showcased a mod called Simple Clouds, featuring complex and highly realistic clouds. ProtoManly's Weather is an immersion mod that offered a similar visual and practical features. First and foremost, enhancing the graphics of the clouds, giving them extremely lifelike models and layers. Secondly, and most notably, the mod added a localized weather feature, where thunderstorms can be observed coming on the distance. And to top it off, things like tornadoes can happen. They are very destructive, pulling blocks and entities to them, and their animations are unbelievable. Talking about progress is what it is. I'm so proud to see more and more mods competing for higher quality and better coding rather than merely downloads and traction. PickUpTorches is a simple VanillaPLUS mod that will allow you to grab the torches from the wall or pick them up from the ground instead of having to mine them and select them each time. You can also do the same for lanterns too. I love Salty's mods. He's a developer that usually focuses on realism and convenience of use, and this mod represented just that. Quick Right Click is a mod that mobilizes many activities. Few to mention are using a crafting table, accessing inventory on shulker boxes and ender chests, enlarging maps on a cartography table, and even beds as you can deploy them on the go, much like sleeping bags on the Comforts mod. I really love mods that make the Minecraft experience a little more convenient, and this functionality is especially useful for nomad players. And now for the final fresh animation mod on the list, Item Interactions. This mod makes the item jiggle and shake as you move them around the inventory. Though the real cookie in here is the particles unique to some items like axolotl buckets and leaves. This mod was made to complement a resource pack with the same name. The pack was to add particles to many items in the game, and this mod was to give them dynamic animations, which is a perfect combination. This is peak inventory animations right now. It makes you want to open a large chest full of animated blocks and just stare at them and drag them around. Lucky's Cozy Home Refurnished is arguably one of the best of its kind. Not only does it add high quality pieces of furniture to the game, but it also animates them and gives them unique purposes. Telescopes tell you about the lunar cycle, Godfather clock straying at midnight, and plenty more features to discover within this mod. So go for it! Absolutely stunning in terms of decoration. Immersive Water is also a mod that has to do with the ambience, only visually, as it adds the special water splash VFX to the game. Opposite to effective and particular, Immersive Water's effects were quite intertwined with the vanilla game, with the splashes in particular being redesigned Minecraft poof effect. The full VFX will only come as a result of entities dropping and arrows penetrating the water. Items will only cause ripple effects and slight poofs. There's also this first-person visual where your screen gets wet and blurry when you are submerged in water. You'll also be wet all over after leaving the water. You can see this effect on the first and third-person perspective. Rain will produce a ripple effect, making the ambience all the more pleasant. This mod shows promise. Best of luck Dr. Freaky, and I would like to see more ambient VFX from you. Thanks for watching. Being able to turn into a dragon, make the best cinematics, and even get the R.E.P.O voice animation are all possible thanks to the mods in the last month's collection. Make sure to check it out. Also, 100,000 people have jumped abroad. I hope that you'll be the 101,000th to do it. I'll see ya in the next one, my friend.